Hello. Gonna play Endless Sky. This is Dan the Fourth, and this is the first in what I hope will be a series of game playing. I am new to Twitch, and you can hear me and the music. It's a royalty-free stream from, let's see, Cosmos royalty-free stream from Pixabay. And in my experience, I find out whether the music's too loud or too quiet after I check the recording. But what it is what it is. So let's play Endless Sky. The game starts by clicking Manage Pilots, New Pilot. I have several mods in place. I'm going to start with what is called the Guncraft mod. It's basically the standard game. The mod has some interesting outfits that you can put in your ship for power and accessories and such. I like it a lot. I'll get into mods later, but we're going to play that. This mod includes the start mode called Guncraft. You basically start with an heirloom, a family heirloom. It's a blaster, and it's level 1 when you start, and you can level it up as you go along, and that's kind of fun to do. It gives you a mission to do that right at the beginning, and we'll see how far we can get in that mission. So we're going to start the game. As is usual with any video game, you've got to come up with a name for your character. Sometimes that's the hardest part because, I mean, we've used all the possible names. We start getting into adding numbers and symbols at this point, but I'm going to pick a name. I'm going to use Hercules. Maybe it should be Zeus Hercules. Hercules Zeus is fine. Alright, the name doesn't come up that often in playing. Basically, the game starts, you borrowed an unconscionable amount of money, somewhere around 450 to 480,000 credits. You owe the bank that. The bank is inescapable. It's in every planet you land, pretty much. There's the bank, and you can always look up how much you owe or how much you can borrow. And every day you pay interest, and at the beginning of the game it's 4% interest, or 0.4% interest. That's per day. That's crazy compounding interest. Then we go down to the shipyard. So we're on the ship, in the shipyard in our home planet. Now we have 3 choices we can pick for a ship. We can pick a shuttle, just making sure that my image is not covering any of the pertinent information. Nope, it doesn't appear that it is. So we can pick a shuttle, which is basically a bus. Yeah, it can haul 6 people total, so 5 people including yourself. It's got 5 bunks. It's a safe way to start. It's fun, and you basically haul people and goods around the galaxy from solar system to solar system through hyperspace lanes. earning credits as you go, and eventually you pay off your loan. You can upgrade your ship, so on and so forth. Uh, it's perfectly fine way to start. Um, the next option is a star barge. Basically, it's a freighter. You can haul goods. The shuttle can haul 5 people, but only 20 tons of cargo space. Star barge can haul 2 people besides yourself, but 50 tons of cargo space. Cargo doesn't pay as well as hauling people, so I've never had good luck starting with a freighter. I've tried it. You can certainly do it, and if you get the right hops, you're fine. But you're pretty defenseless, and you're basically just a big target for pirates. The third option is an interceptor, and that's a small interstellar fighter. It will go through hyperspace, and it can hold some guns. And that's what we're going to start with, because by starting with a fighting ship, you open up storylines later on in the game that you don't automatically get starting with the shuttle. So these storylines are fun, so I'm going to start with an interceptor. It's more challenging, but the game has automatic saving of the last 4 planets you've been to, so you can always jump back a planet or a solar system or 2 to restart if you get completely blown out of the water, which may well happen several times. So I'm going to buy it. Have to pick a name. Fortunately, it comes with a random name generator. I like to use that until it comes up with a name, and then I don't like Autumn Charger. I'm gonna go again. Paladin. I'm not a paladin. Apprentice. That's a good one. Apprentice of the Genius. I'm going to just delete that to just Apprentice. I often, when I buy my ships, just give them a single name. So the Apprentice. That's appropriate. And notice it cost a lot. It cost 442,000 out of our 450,000 credits. So now here's our Guncraft gun. Ship-to-ship boarding battles. We do that quite often, particularly since we're a fighting ship. And it helps to have a gun when you do that. So we get the basic Guncraft as a family heirloom to start the game. So done. Also, when you first start in the shipyard, you meet an old guy who says, "Hey, you want to learn how to jump in hyperspace and buy goods and haul people and all of that. It's a tutorial. If you pick either of the first 2 options, I'm still kind of in shock over how much money I spent, or I don't plan to get too attached to this one. I'll be flying something much nicer before long. It can take you to a tutorial, and that's nice enough, and it's safe. It's a good way to start the game and learn, but you've got me to help you learn, so I'm going to tell him, beat it, old timer. I've got more important things to do than chat with you. I talked about the mods. This is the Omnis mod. It's a God mode. I'm going to disable it because we don't need God mode to play. It's available, and it's interesting to see the full panoply of alien races, ships you can find or own, and outfits that you can put in those ships and capabilities. But it's not as much fun as you would think, because you basically can overpower any mission that you're given, any job, and it can get boring quick. So we've got our ship. Let's see what we're going to do with it. So here are our options in most planets. Not all of them have a shipyard or an outfitter. First thing to do is go to the outfitter. You can see how our ship is configured. We've got beam lasers, only 2 of them. We've got a shield generator. This ship has 1,400 shields, which is a lot. The shield generator is more of a replenishing your shields, and that only happens at 12 shield per second. That's not very fast. It's not a terribly efficient shield generator. Turn the music down a little bit here. It's pretty. The hyperdrive, which you need to go from place to place, a fuel cell for power, a battery pack so that you can do more than just what your fuel cell can put out. The fuel cell puts out 114 energy, and moving takes 90. Firing with the laser cannons takes beam lasers takes 80. That's more than 114 together. So the battery carries 5,000 energy to make up the difference. There's our engines. We've got good engines. And there's our Guncraft gun for hand-to-hand. Now, down at the bottom of every one is your licenses and your local map. Always buy the local map. Everywhere you go, if there's an outfitter, go to the outfitter. Make sure you have the local map. That's how you find your way around in the universe, the galaxies and the universe. So, the way this ship is configured, I don't like to use beam lasers at the beginning. They're fine, but they only have a range of 300, whereas an energy blaster has a range of 510. So you can start damaging the enemy farther away. And the other thing is the beam laser, although it does a little bit more damage than the energy blaster, you can only have 2 of them because they take up a lot of outfit space. Whereas with the energy blaster, this ship can carry 4. So I'm going to sell my beam lasers. Notice that they sell for almost 30,000 a piece. And I'm going to buy energy blasters. Now the problem is that energy blasters are 16,000. I'm not going to have enough to buy all 4 of them and anything else. I told you the shield generator only generates 12 per second. I'm going to sell it. I don't need it right now because I don't plan on getting into any serious combat yet. That's where I'm going to need to regenerate my shields. That then gives me enough 85,000 credits. I should be able to buy all 4 energy blasters. So I'm going to do that. I have 4 energy blasters installed. And then I'm going to leave the outfitter and I'm going to look at the job board. Sorry, always go to the spaceport first. We started in the spaceport. So go to the spaceport, then the job board. The job board tells you what jobs you can do. These are the orange arrows on various planets. You can sort them different ways. I like to sort them by how much they pay and have that the most valuable ones at the top. A lot of these are to places you don't know how to get to. So you don't want to worry about those at this point. But a couple of them are close. Some of them are right in this ship, right in this system. So in this system, the outfitter on New Boston, in the Reticulous system, that's where we're from, that's where we started, has a shortage of silicon. Bring 5 tons of silicon to the outfitter for 3,000 credits, which is 50% above the usual market rate for silicon. One of the things you can do is you can go out and blast asteroids, harvest the bits of the asteroids, and then bring them back to sell them. It's a perfectly valid way to play the game. It's called asteroid mining. I don't particularly enjoy doing it. Let's see what else they've got. An old scrapper named Beast of Grief has been using a spotlight to harass pilots arriving and leaving the New Boston spaceport. Disable the ship without destroying it. 5,000 credit. Probably will accept that one. Let's do that. And then the third option is silicon or titanium. 10 tons of titanium, 37,500 credits. We're not going to be able to mine 10 tons of titanium in any reasonable amount of time. So let's look at the other ones that are within our reach. Our ship has a range of 3 jumps. So 1, 2, 3. There's a job out here in Altair. Bring 2 passengers. That's worth 12,500 credits. That's not that much, but it's doable. But remember, when we go to the bank is going to take 2,500 credits every day. So let's look at that job again. 1 day to depart the system, 1 day to hyperspace here. That's 2. That's 5,000. Another day to hyperspace over to Vega. That's 7,500. And then another day to jump to Altair. That's 10,000. So it doesn't really pay enough. It pays enough to make it, and that's it. Maybe you'd get better jobs over there, maybe not. Let's look at what's closer. Here's one that's very close. It's 1 jump away. This is a kind of an intro job that they give you in this game, and I'm definitely going to take it. Buy cooling ducts from the outfitter and deliver them to New Greenland in the Arcturus system. Payment is 35,000 credits. Definitely want that one. That explains to you how to buy cooling ducts and where to put them. So, I accepted that mission. Let's look at what the port, what items the port in Arcturus needs, what they're looking for. They're looking for medical. They're looking for plastic, medical, and luxury goods. The medical has the highest profit at 94. So keep that in mind for when we go to the trading screen. And if you click on it here, it'll be highlighted on the trading screen, which is helpful. So let's leave the job board. We've got 2 jobs that we've accepted. We can see them up here. Cooling ducts to New Greenland, and due to spotlighting ships coming out. So there's our 2 jobs. The other one is Guncraft, and that's clear down here. We don't know how to get there yet, so let's ignore that for now. Upgrade our Guncraft. Let's go to the trading. Medical, yes, it's a low price here. 15,000, so we're going to buy all of it. We're going to, oh no, we're not. We're going to sell, we're going to go to the outfitter, and we're going to buy cooling ducts. Now the way to buy the cooling ducts is to unchecked show any outfits in cargo. That opens up our cargo space, which is 15, and allows us to buy things, and they show up in our cargo. So that's how that works, and it explains how to do it. It's very easy. So now we've got 5 tons of cargo, mass of 5, output space of 5, and it is those cooling ducts that we're going to take to the next system over. So now we can buy 10 tons of medical. So we're buying 10 tons of medical. That leaves us with 5,100 credits. That's just enough to get there and land. We'll be broke when we get there, but we're going to get paid. So we are ready to take off from this shipyard, from this planet. So we're going to click depart, and here's the super high graphics. There's our little ship. There's the guy with the spotlight. So we're gonna shoot at him. The government of New Boston pays you 5,000 credits for disabling him. The local authorities will handle the rest. Theoretically, you can board that ship and take it, but it makes you an enemy of the state, and they don't like that. So, now at that point, we're ready to jump to the next to New Greenland in the Arcturus system. Take the hyperspace jump. You do that by pressing J on the keyboard. You can configure that any way you want, but I've never figured a reason not to. And here we are in New Greenland. Press L to land. And we'll land on that planet. We deliver the cooling ducts to a pizza shop. The owner pays you 35,000 credits and gives you a free slice with your favorite toppings. Hopefully that music is working good for you guys. All right. Now we're going to, we've actually got 40,000 now. We're in 5,000 from the spotlight guy and 35,000 from that cooling ducts. So we got 40,000. Now trading, it's 123 profit. So we get another, sell. We get another 7,000 out of that. So that's nice. Now we look at the job board again. Oh, what did I say? First go to the spaceport. There's no outfitter, no shipyard here. We'll go to the spaceport. A spray painted circle surrounded by 2 arrows forms the Republic insignia. Good to keep in mind. Now to the job board. What do we have for jobs? There's a wanted outlaw somewhere near here, 1 jump away. There's 3 different places systems he could be in. Payment is 50,000 for that outlaw. I can tell you right now, he's going to be too powerful for our little sparrow to take on. So let's see what else they have. A well-armed pirate fighter named the Evil Finger has been attacking and is reportedly entering the system. Again, 50,000. That's too much for our little fighter. We can't take either of those jobs. Let's look at the others. Transport to Prime. Nope. Don't know how to get there. Transport mill workers to India. Don't know how to get there either. Bring us tourists to Vale. Don't know how to get there. Transport miners to Rand. Now, it's 2 miners, 17,000. It's 4 jumps away. That doesn't make much sense at all. Rush delivery to Heartland is 2 jumps. It pays 14,000. That looks like our best choice right now. Deliver 11 tons of oranges to Heartland in the Core Caroli system by Monday, November 22nd. That gives us 4 days to do it. 1 day to depart from Arcturus, 1 day to get to Mazar, 1 day to get to Car Caroli. That's 3 days. So we've got an extra day. I think we can do it. We're going to accept that mission. The other one is a passenger transport down here, which is only 12,000 for 2 passengers. for 3 jumps, so this is our most profitable one. We probably don't know what they're paying. Oh, we do. We do know what they're paying in Corcorelli. So looks like it looks like medical is the best profit, but metal is 87,000. So let's buy metal and take metal there. We only have 4 output space free, so we're gonna just take 4. It won't be much, but it's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, as I always say. And look at the bank. We paid a whole 2,000 in our principal. Yay, team. Not much has changed, so we're going to depart. There we are. Press J for jump. We'll automatically jump. And turn and go to Arcturus. Notice flashing. That means that it's time sensitive. It'll flash faster the closer to the due date. You drop off your cargo of oranges and collect your payment of 14,950. So got a little bit more. So let's sell our orange, our metal, and we have 55,000. So not enough to start paying off our loan. Let's go to the outfitter first, because they have an outfitter. We could buy a spotlight here, or a searchlight, but they don't do anything. We can replace our shield generator that costs 20,000. That may not be a terrible idea. We can, let's see, and there we are. There's the local map we can buy. So our shield generator, 20,000. I'm going to replace it because it's better to have one and not need it than to not have one and need it. So there we go. So we've got 35,000 credits. What jobs do we have available here? An old scrapper named Tomb of Ennui has been using a spotlight to harass pilots. A lot of planets will have that one. I just ignore it at this point. 5,000, I guess it pays, but it's just kind of a pain. Bring a passenger to New Wales, it's only 3,500. What else we got? Transport workers to Midgard, passenger transport to Wayfarer, 35,000. That's a lot. And 8 tons of combat grade ship alloys to Wayfarer. Payment is 14,800. So this is 50,000 credit job, but it's going to be, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then who knows how many? Probably 12 jumps. Probably will pay off, but it's a lot. What else we got? We got up here in the TJAT system, we have 12 tons of popsicles to Calda, 2 farmers to Vale, a tourist who wants to see Calda, and 54 tons of vases. So we've got 12 tons of popsicles to Calda, 30,000, and a tourist 18,000, so 48,000. It is closer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, probably a better deal. What do we got here? 12 tons to Luna. It only pays 11,000. That's not worthwhile. So I think that we're going to take the job to Calda. Now, TJAT has 2 planets you can land on. We're going to take the jobs on Calda and not the one on Vale, because we don't have space for it. So now we've got a passenger, because we only have 1 bunk free, and we've only got 3 tons of cargo space free. We have no idea what they need there, but it's very cheap to buy industrial here, so we're going to buy some industrial. And then we're just going to take off and explore the universe here best we can. We did the spaceport, right? No, we didn't. You notice a bounty hunting request on the job board. A woman walks up and asks, "Find an interesting one?" While she examines the job you are looking at, you note she's dressed in a flight suit and carries a sidearm. This says there's more than one ship to hunt down. How about teaming up with me on this? I've hunted bounties before. Sounds good. I'll be glad to have an experienced bounty hunter along, or I'm not actually interested in this. Go ahead and take it if you want. We're not at a point where we can start bounty hunting, so I'm going to let her take it. Are you sure about that? This seems like a good job for a beginner. A beginner? She grins. You've never taken a bounty job before, have you? I can tell right away. Okay, I'll show you that I can do this. Okay, let's do it. Hercules Zeus, pilot of The Apprentice. She's Carol, pilot of the Cheshire Cat. What's your name? All right. Meet you. Let's go catch those bounties. So, if we're going to catch a bounty, we need to hire someone to drive any ships that we capture. So, let's hire someone to do that. So now we've got a crew salary too to worry about. And let's depart. So, Carol hails you. Bounties tend to be within 1 or 2 systems from where the job was offered. Particularly troublesome targets can be a little farther away. It's neither of these guys, so we're going to jump over here and see what we can find. Keep searching the systems and we'll find them. So, M. I think it'd be down here. So, let's go down here. Nope. Nope. I'm going to go back to Manage Pilots, go back to where we took off, and we're going to try taking off again. She gives us the same advice, and we're going to go up here to Algarel. There it is. He's flashing. That means he's the guy. Oh, we're getting creamed by this other Yahoo. Let's go back and try it again. We're restarting at Heartland. Oops, no, we don't want to go that way. It's up here in Algarel. Here we go. See, this may be a job that we shouldn't have taken. That was my first inclination. This is turning out to be a tough job. I think we can do it. There's some beam lasers those guys got. That's not gonna work either. It's just not enough of us to take on 4 ships. Yep. That's not working. Let's go to the job board and let's abort this mission. Can't do it. All right. We tried. And we'll just abort that mission because it's impossible for us to do at this point. And we're going to make our 3 jumps up here and land on this planet because we're out of hyperfuel. Uh-oh, there's another job up here that we can take. Passenger to Vale. Nope. Well-armed pirate fighter. We just got killed by one of those multiple times. We don't want that. And the old scrapper again. I'm not going to do that. So, let's go to the outfitter. Buy a map. And let's look at the board again. 2, 3. We can go there. And what's cheap here? These things. So buy. We'll see what pays off. We may not even get to take off. Nope. Load game. Dip cart. Jump. It's tough at the beginning with just one little bitsy fighter. Save games help a lot. Alright, a lot of asteroids in this system. And there we are, Mapledocious. Vinci. And all of them were profitable, so let's sell that. No outfitter here. Let's see what they have in the way of jobs. The old scrapper again. We're just going to jump right there. And looks like low. Alright, we're going to go to Calda and get paid finally, which is good because we're almost out of monies. There's Vale and there's Calda. 18,000 and 30,000. And we're good again. Trade. This one. These two paid off. This one didn't. Might pay off somewhere else though. Metal. We'll look for it. No outfitter. Let's go to the spaceport. Rigelian plague was a fake. The government used it to implant us with tracking microchips. If you still don't see the truth, I feel sorry for you. Well, my tracking microchip doesn't seem to be working very well. So maybe I gotta bum one. We now only owe $471,000. Yay, let's look at the job board. The old scrapper again. Zosma, passenger transport to memory. 13 tons to Pollux. 2 tourists to Geminus. And 2 tourists to Mars. That's about it. Wow. Oh, wait, there's some up here. Delivery to... Rush delivery to Martini. And a delivery to Helheim. 13,000. I don't even know what's up there. Bring tourists to Geminus. Transport to Iasgard. Transport to memory. Well, the one that pays the best is down here in Martini, so we'll go to Martini Town. We don't know what's going to be in the port there, so what do we got for trading? It says it's low. Let's buy some more. We don't need to haul around an extra guy if we're not going to be attacking other ships, trying to board a pirate. Oh, look. We can jump right into Martini. There we go. 17,800. Good. And we make a grand total of 9, so 18 more credits. I'll take it. Let's look at the spaceport. You see someone ahead making very obvious disruptions in the flow of the crowd. They're talking to people, briefly moving on. Before you know it, someone else is you. You're a captain. Will you give me a ride? I need to get back to Dagon Station in the formal hut system, pack up my things, and travel to Lycan in the Atria system. Their hair is slicked back to match their sharp suit. Sure, as long as you can pay. They stop in surprise, then nod briefly. I'll be at your ship within an hour. hour later, you see them approach the apprentice, carrying a small suitcase. They've exchanged their formal appearance for a button-down shirt and skirt, with their hair loose, hanging down to their shoulders. They walk right up to you and stick out a hand. Chris Brecht. They, them. Shake their hand or just stare. I'm gonna just kind of stare. You stare at Chris's unorthodox getup while they stand there with their hand out for a few beats. Then they sigh and take it back. Will this be a problem? They gesture to themselves. No, I was just surprised. Their confident demeanor returns and they nod. I can have that effect on people. Glad to see you're not another of those stuck-up establishment types. Well, all the rest of my stuff is on Dagon Station in the formal hut system, so we better get going. The establishment, or just let it pass? Just let it pass. I don't support government or any of its tools, and I've heard that the South is more open to that kind of philosophy and lifestyle. Before you can say more, they walk past you into the apprentice. Which did you say my berth was again? All right, we got a passenger. Let's look at the rest of the job board. Old Scrapper. We got to get down here to pick up his stuff from Dagon Station. So we got to head that way. There's nothing out there except Earth and Vega. Let's see what's cheap here to buy. Looks like clothing and metal. And I can buy 5 tons of each. Fair enough. So we're gonna just drive right through here. One jump. It's on Cassandra. Nothing. One jump. Where are we going? Ah, Sirius. Okay. What's on Sirius? There's an outfitter, but we can make another jump. And I happen to know that this is Thal. On Thal, we can land on Earth, Luna, or Mars. I'm going to land on Luna because Luna has a spaceport, or a shipyard, I should say. I'm going to made a profit, so that's good. Again, there's an outfitter. Anytime there's a spaceport, there's an outfitter. I'm going to buy a local map. I can also buy laser rifles for 8,000. I'm going to buy 2 of those so that I have 3 weapons. I have my Guncraft and I have 2 laser rifles. I could buy a luxury accommodation, but I don't have outfit space available for anything else. I'd have to sell something to get that. So I think that's it. I think we're good to go. Let's see what they have for the job board now. Looks like there's a passenger to Tinker. There's a shortage of aluminum, so aluminum mining takes someone to Tinker, or take someone to Oblivion, or take someone to New Holland. None of those are really jumping out at me. What else we got? We got Epsilon Leonis to Valhalla, 19,500. That's a lot of jumps. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, probably. So 12, not very worth it. So let's just go down here to Formal Hut, the Dagon Station, and I don't know if they have trading there or not. Let's find out. They say they need clothing. So let's buy some clothing and let's drive on down there. There's Dagon Station. As you traveled to Dagon Station, you found yourself frequently listening to Chris's opinions on the subject of governments. They had some very good points. Other times they would spend hours ranting about things that seemed completely impractical and without a solid foundation. If it weren't for the fact that they were unfailingly polite otherwise and eager to help with chores around the ship, you would have declared the cockpit off limits. Still, you are somewhat relieved when you arrive. Both of you are too out of breath from moving furniture to talk more. You soon have it loaded up and start the trip south to Lycan in the Atria system. And yeah, there's no place to buy or sell anything or there's nothing here except just an empty station. No wonder he's moving. Alright, so what do we got? We can go one jump. That's it. Let's take that jump. Didn't even have any fuel there. You know what? Instead of jumping, I'm going to go back. I'm going to depart. I'm going to land on the Mill Race, which I know has at least a spaceport. It's a Syndicate planet. As you land, you notice a ship on a nearby landing pad is unloading some kind of huge creature bound to a hoverlift. Sort of looks like a giant hairy slug. Despite its bindings, the creature manages to make the hovercraft bounce around on the landing pad. Several dark workers narrowly avoid being crushed by it. You disembark from your own ship, and you can hear a representative from the Port Authority ordering the captain of the other ship to unbind that creature and let it go. Supposedly, the creature is called a subsidiarial and has no scientific, commercial, or nutritional value whatsoever. At least once a month, yells the representative. A new, inexperienced captain hauls one in, thinking he's caught some rare, valuable specimen that will put him in the history books. Idiots! Okay, good to know. Leave the subsidiarials alone. Let's go to the outfitter. Buy a local map. Not much else that we would be interested in. They have a different kind of energy blaster. It's called the Kluge Blaster. It's a modification of the energy blaster. Fires cluster mode, synchronizing its rate of fire when multiple copies are installed together. Shield damage 52, hull damage 35 versus 53, 33. Firing energy 29, firing heat 90. Firing energy 26, firing heat 90. Shots per second 4, shots per second 5. Shield damage per shot. You know what? I think these sound pretty good, and they take up less space. Huh. I think I'm... Oh, what's the inaccuracy? It's not too bad. I think I'm going to sell my energy blasters. And I'm going to buy Kluge blasters. So we'll see how those work. Now I've got 4 output space free. There's nothing here that I want to buy to put in it. So, good to know. Trading, now we can sell our tons of clothing. Let's go to the spaceport, nothing, and the job board. So, where we gotta go? We gotta go clear down here to Atria, and Sargas is on the way, so we gotta head south. What's this job here? 6 tons of potentiometers to Geyser. Despite your relative inexperience, the captain of the goddess of the wallet is willing to pay you 15,000 credits for an escort into a dangerous region of space. To reach there by December 21st, it gives us 6 or 7 days to go 3 jumps. Huh. Well, that's interesting. What are these others? Rush delivery to Solace. We don't know how to get there. Escort to Placer. Passenger transport to Vinci. Passenger to Gemstone. And delivery to Geyser. Hey, you know what? We can take this escort job. Hopefully we'll just buzz down there and land. Sure. We don't know what they have, what they're gonna need. So again, very low. So buy 3 of those, 3 of those, and 4 of those. And that's it. We're ready to depart. Now we'll have another ship with us. There he is. It's just a little shuttle. Alright, hopefully he can keep up. Because here we go. Yes. 1 jump, 2 jumps, 3rd jump's a charm. And land. Land. There we go. We made it. 15,000 credits. Yay. Trading. Ooh. Negative on all of those. Alright, let's see what they got at the spaceport here. 3 pirates died on a rock, 3 skeletons to open a lock. That's fascinating. Job board. The old scrapper again. Passenger back to mill race. 8 tons of rebar. 20,000 credits. To reach Earth. We've got here. Passenger. And here. Flood God is about to end. Yeah, no. I'm not going to do that. It's over here. 10 tons of nylon fiber by January 6th. Payment is $32,500. That's huge. That's a lot. I'm going to accept that mission. I got to sell 7 tons of that stuff. I got to go to Altair. And then 1, 2, 3 to Reticulous. Then 1, 2, 3 to Vindimac. It's going to be a lot of jumps, but it'll be worth it. That's a big payoff. Alright, what do they need in Altair? Altair, they need heavy metals. I don't have any cargo space left. Well, that's good. That makes it easy. Off we go to Altair. Now, there's a button here to speed things up, and I'm going to hit it. Fast mode. Zip. And let's go to the spaceport. Project doing voice acting for an animated children's book. It's kind of a relief to be done with it. Honestly, certain lines are still stuck in my head. Okay, job board, old scrapper, yeah. And let's just head to Reticulous. And nothing to trade, job board. Well-armed pirate fighter. Yeah, we can't fight those guys yet. We can't make it all the way there, so we gotta make it part way. What do we have back here? Passenger to Mars, passenger to Earth, not much. Passenger to the Quark planet, 25,000, yeah. So, Off to Vindimiatrix. Vindimiatrix. And Outfitter. Do we have a map here? We do have a map here. Yeah, we've been here. Now, we're in Vindimiatrix. And a small pirate fighter has been attacking merchants near the system. 25,000. That's something we can do. And the old scrapper. Let's take the 25,000 job. And we're going to jump right over here anyway. So, what do they need? Well, it doesn't matter. We don't have any space. Hire. Outfitter. Buy the map. And let's see how our kludge blasters do. Turn off fast mode. Depart. We're going to jump and hope that our target is over there. If not, we'll go looking for it. It's not. So, good. We'll go looking for it. How's the sound doing? You still hear the radio? Hope so. Trying not to get it loud, but I want some background music because I can't talk all the time, no matter how much you obviously, clearly, and hopefully want me to. Drop off our cargo of nylon fiber and connect our payment of $32,500, which is good. Trading, we didn't have anything to trade. Spaceport. We were approached by one of the locals with a cart loaded with glittering ore. Congratulations, Captain. I announce, can I convince you to take this gold for 4,000 credits? I must liquidate this quickly to afford my loan payments. It's a good price for gold. What will you do? Yeah, I'm not interested. That's not gold. Please, I beg you, I need the credits. How about 3,000? I said I'm not interested. Please reconsider. I'll be ruined if I don't get some credits soon. How about 20,000? 2,000? No, it's got to be like pyrite, which is like 800 or something. I refuse. Go away. Humph. I hope you crash into an asteroid. The seller drives their cart over to the landing pad of a newly arrived ship, hoping perhaps to have better luck with a different captain. Yeah, good luck to you, dude. Alright, job board. Remember, we still have the job here at Vindimiatrix of looking for that small little fighter, and it's got to be either here in Korkoroli, or here in Alioth, or here in Saren, because it wasn't here. What we got here in Korkoroli? 9 tons of party poppers and a passenger. I can't take a passenger because then I won't have. What we got down here? 15,000 credits to escort a ship down there. That'll take me to Aliok. But I'll have a cargo ship with me. What do they got here? Small pirate fighter. Been attacking merchants. Let's that pays well. Let's take that. And let's take this and this. I'm gonna fire my crewmen. So I'm gonna go this way to get up to Carcaroli. And I'm going to leave my free. It's crazy. Let's see if he's up here. He is. Let's get him. It's that guy. Let's try this again. That seemed to work. Let's board him. He's got 3. So I'm going to take his electronics. Take one of them. And I'm going to leave him there, go down to Carcaroli. I'm going to land. He's still up there. He was flashing. He's my designated for me. Sell that. 834. Outfitter. I've already got that. So now I've dropped off my passenger. Now I can hire crew. Hire. I can hire one guy. And he's got 3 people on board. Oh well. Let's look at the job board. Just the old scrapper. So let's go back and get that ship. Probably take several trips. Attempt capture. Attack. And I lost my crew. Defend. Alright, let's take 10 electronics. Take 10 electronics and let's take some panels and let's take some equipment. We're looting it. Sell outfits. Remember I took some panels from him? Those are the outfits. I'm going to sell those. So let's see if he's still there. We'll loot him again. Or at least try to board him. Board him? Yep, he's still there. Attempt capture. 2 and 2. Attack. Attack. Yes, I took him over. Good job, team. So let's go down. Let's go back to Carcaroli. And now I have this ship. And he has twin blasters. Ooh, what are those? 12. Yeah, no, I don't have room for those. He's only got one gun port. He's got them pretty well filled. Okay, well, that's my ship now. So now, job board. Well-armed pirate fighter, yeah, still not ready for that. him. All right, so, wait a minute. Good grief. Let's board this guy. Got it. Okay. And then I'm going to jump back to Vendiamatrix and land there. Oh, I can read. Refresh my ships, sell my cargo, hire crew. Look at the job board. I know that there's one still out there in I think it's well armed, but I got 3 now. So, scrapper, the hunter. No. We got down here 24 tons of surgical scrubs to deep, 7 tons of suits to deep. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to jump down there to deep. I'm not even going to try and fight anybody. A little 3-ship system. Jump when ready, all together now. Drop off my cargo of suits, drop off my surgical scrubs. There we go. Now, go to the spaceport. Freighter parked next to the Apprentice in his very bad shape. Approach them to find out what happened. You overhear enough of the conversation to figure out that the freighter was attacked by pirates and the militia are helping to get it in working again. A little spit shine look good as new. Yeah, that'll buff right out, Bob. System of the ship doesn't look convinced. Captain and walks up to his ship to work on it alongside the crew. The militia officer glances over her shoulder and, having spotted you listening, and waves you over. No need to be shy, she says. I'm guessing you're not from around here, that's for sure. How can you tell? Captains from around here don't rubberneck at an everyday occurrence. After seeing your first dozen or so damaged ships, you eventually get used to seeing them and just move on. Are the pirates rough around these parts, you ask? Rougher than you're probably used to if you're from farther up north. The Navy doesn't patrol these parts, not unless there's some high-profile warlord that's on their radar. Because of that, pirates have more free rein to terrorize us down here. She pauses for a moment while turning back to the freighter, and the pirate fleets keep getting stronger every year, she says with concern. Yeah, I can understand that. I've captured 2 pirate ships myself. They're in my fleet now. Is there something I can do to help? There is indeed. Have you heard of the Southern Mutual Defense Pact? SMDP. No, what is it? We're a collection of worlds that have decided that the Navy doesn't patrol. It's up to us. Pirates ever try something big, like capturing an entire planet, the planet can call on the entire pack to assist them. We also do our fair share of helping out the local merchants. Sounds like a good idea, you say. Pact is launching a new initiative led by myself. We're calling it the 1,000 Eyes. We're asking merchant ship captains to let us access their scanner logs, basically using merchants as a surveillance network. You don't have to fight the pirates, just let us know if you see them. Interested? Sure, I'd be glad to help. Great, she says. Right now we need a few more eyes on the few systems in the edge of southern space. All you need to do is fly through those systems, then report to our base on Glaze in the Adlibane system. I'll mark the target systems on your ship's map for you, and by the name's Freya Winters. Just so you know, this is the start of a major plot line. Hercules Zeus, you respond, shaking her hand. Nice to meet you, Captain Zeus. Glad to have another helping hand. I'll be heading to Glaze after I finished my business on Deep, so see you there. So, down here in the south, definitely the spaceport, you can get jobs for the militia, and eventually you can join the militia, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so let's look at our job board here now that we've been to the spaceport. Sargass, since we're going there anyway, we can carry 2 passengers, so let's do that. And Atria, since we're going there, 25 tons of electrical wire. We can do that. Also, that's one of the pirate reconnaissance systems. We got 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There must be hyperspace linking all of hyperlinks linking all of those. So let's take that 25 tons of cargo. That sounds like a good deal. What does Kronos Kornephoros have to offer? Well-armed pirate fighter. I don't want to take on well-armed pirate fighters yet. Old scrapper, or pay a ship to escort us. I don't want to do that. We're only going 1 across to Trinket. Let's see. We don't know. There's no outfitter here, so we don't know what Trinket needs. Let's go with 5 and 5 and 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7. There we go. Our crew 2, good. All right, let's jump to Sargass. Landing on Sargass. Oh, farewell to our passengers. And what, did we not take that job? Load game. Job board. Oh, we've got the Guncraft. That's right. All right. Whoops. All right, so go to the outfitter. That's where we're gonna buy our map. this is a pretty interesting place. We can get some interesting stuff. So, um, they've got a lot of different kinds of weapons: twin modified blasters, twin kludge blasters, kludge blaster turrets. They've got coolers, nitrogen coolers, better shield generators. This is the same as ours, costs a little more, creates a little bit more uh, shield, but uses more energy. This is an interesting item that I'm going to buy. I'm actually going to buy one for every ship. No, I'm not, because they're 25,000. I'll wait to buy that later. They have nerve gas. Nerve gas is illegal. They fine you 1,000,000 credits if they catch you with it. So you don't want to ever buy that. And you will later on capture ships that carry nerve gas, and you'll get fined for it even though you don't want it. It's on the ship that you just captured, and you get 1,000,000 credit fine for it, and you got to pay it. It's a real pain. They do have fragmentation grenades, which work great for capturing. So I'm going to sell one of my laser rifles, and I'm going to buy 2 fragmentation grenades instead. Now, one of the reasons that we came here was so that we could upgrade our guncraft. We do that at the spaceport. So we'll go to the spaceport. While you are stocking up on bullets, the shopkeeper comments, "I see you wield a guncraft. Are you from off-world?" There's lots of choices here. No, just visiting from overseas. I'd rather not say, and that's none of your business. The only one I've found for sure that will let you upgrade your guncraft is, yeah, captain of my own ship even. Then he offers to upgrade your guncraft. How about retrieving some supplies from Lycan in the Atria system, which is convenient since that's where we're going, for me. When you get back, I'll make some mods for your guncraft that I think you'll be impressed with. This is your chance to upgrade the guncraft. Okay, I'll get you the supplies, and you get the order details. So, trading. I'm going to sell those and those because I profit from that. I'm going to look at the job board. Well-armed pirate fighter is attacking merchants and is entering this system. 50,000 credits. Small pirate fighter nearby. 14 tons of cookies. And the old scrapper with the spotlight. And Atria, 2 passengers to Lycan. I'm going to take that 2 passengers to Lycan. I don't know if I want to take on the well-armed guy or not. I think I'm not at this point. I'm going to jump through here to Atria. It looks like Atria needs medical, so I'm going to buy that medical. All right, here we go. Now, this is one of the systems that they wanted me to jump through and look for pirate activity. And here we are in Lycan, Atria. Excellent. Say farewell to your passengers and collect credits. Collect more credits. Last, you reach Lycan, and Chris enthusiastically unloads their possessions into a waiting transport van and gives you 38,750 and assures you that you are a valuable ally to the anti-statist movement. So there we go. You pick up the 5 tons of gun parts from a local outfitter and prepare to leave to return to Trinket in the Sargass system. Hopefully the upgrades to your guncraft will be worth the effort. They will be. Alright, let's go to the outfitter, buy a map. we have some cargo now. Let's see what it is. It doesn't say. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I wonder what we picked up. Trading. Let's sell all of this stuff. And spaceport. Angles Mort. Blind spots from cockpit. Bank job board. Want us to go here, here, and here. We can do all of that and then go back to Atria. Small pirate fighter is entering the system. Let's take that. And yeah. And then we'll zoom out to Aldehabane. What do they need in Aldehabane? Heavy metals. So let's buy some heavy metals. And let's leave some free. And part. Alright, we're waiting for a shut up. Let's go back again. Alright, let's wait for this guy. Fight him. Board him. Attempt capture. Didn't capture him. Let's land. Get some more people loaded up. Job board. Jump away. Well armed, entering. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it. 14 tons of plastic, 23 tons of rain barrows. I don't want to mess with it. To Sargas, 5 passengers to Trinket. Don't want to do that. Alright. Let's just go back and board him. Someone's up there mining asteroids. Capture, attack. Got him. Okay. Jump to Han. Jump to Aliniat. And then jump to Aldelbion. Land on Glaze, you're approached by Freya Winters. She gives you 25,000 credits in exchange for your scanner logs. Thank you, Captain. I pray the Pride and Roots didn't give you too much trouble. I'll be in touch with you when we've got a new assignment, assuming you're still interested. Yes, definitely. All right. Now, we're at a major shipyard. Want to reload? No, I don't. What I want to do is I want to buy the local map. To put my guncraft, my grenades, and my laser rifle in storage. I want to sell this cargo, which I picked up in battle. And I want to my kludge blasters. And then I want to go to the shipyard and I want to sell all these ships. Sell 542,000 credits. Sell. Now I have no monies, but I've got 670,509 credits. I'm going to leave, go to the bank. I'm going to pay off my loan. I qualify for a new loan of 612,569 credits. I'm going to apply for millions and millions of credits, and it's going to give me the maximum loan that it can. Note my interest rate is down now for my second loan because my credit score is better. So now I'm going to go to the shipyard and see what I can buy with 856,000 credits. Not much. I can buy a Sparrow, I can buy a Fury, a Star Barge. Can't afford anything really good yet. Can afford a shuttle. Can afford 1, 2, 3, several shuttles. Let's get 3 of them. Buy Clarity. Buy Bittersweet. Ooh, I like that. And then let's buy 2 Sparrows. Exotic. And that's all I can afford. Actually, let's sell this. Sell a Bittersweet and buy another Sparrow. Buy Henry. That's a good name for him. I had a mule named Henry once. And that leaves us with 88,000 credits and a big mortgage. Alright, let's go to the outfitter and see what we can do. So, I'm going to sell my beam lasers. And I'm going to install my kludge blasters. And I'm going to buy regular energy blasters. And I am going to, let's see, how far can this go? 400? I don't have much. I'm going to sell the fuel cells and buy a smaller fuel cell. And that will give me enough to put a fuel pod on. And a small radar jammer. So, I've got 2 moderately powerful Sparrows, and I've got my command ship, which has no weapons except for my hand-to-hand weapons. And now I have a little fleet that can get some do some damage to pirates, we hope. So, alright, I've got 114,000. I've got a big debt. Let's see what we got in the spaceport. Nothing. Pass me the 10mm socket wrench. You know, 1,000 years from now, when this game takes place, I bet they're still using 10mm, and I bet they're still finding them in the oddest places. And let's look at the job board. So, what do we have? A well-armed pirate fighter attacking merchants a jump away. Somebody ordered 42 tons of club sandwiches, and that's about it. But I can go back to Sargas, and there's a job in Rastaban. 3 passengers to Dancer and 3 passengers to Dancer. I could do both of those. 20,000 and 18,000. That's a lot. Let's do that. What else we got? Space diving at New Britain. Always do space diving. Uh-oh, space diving pays well. Alright. My dog stole my mouse. How long have we been doing this here? Let's think. I think maybe somebody is done. So it looks like we got lots of things we can do. I'm going to quit now and take a look at the recording and see how this went. I hope it's been fun. Eventually I'll figure out how to do chat and be interactive. Hopefully I'll get my grandson and maybe my son on board too, and we can do this again. Bye.